Hey guys, welcome back to another crafty tutorial. I'm Megan from MeganPlus5.com, and today I want to show you how I took this hideous old drawer and turned it into this gorgeous American flag. The first thing that I did was use my sander to remove all of the tacky residue left behind from the shelf liner that was on here. And then I used my vacuum and I vacuumed up all of that little dirt and debris. Once I got the drawer all cleaned up, I just gave it the inside of it anyway. I didn't paint the edges. I really like that raw wood, but I gave the inside of part of the drawer a coat of white, flat white paint. And I did my edges super uneven so that it would have a really rustic look to it. So I let that dry, and then once that was dry, I took my measuring tape and I measured off the blue part of my flag where my stars go. And then I taped that off with some masking tape. Now for this next step, whenever I went to tape off my stripes, I did a spacing technique with my tape. So the pattern that I used was 2 blank pieces of tape with space, and then 2 pieces of tape, and then 2 blank pieces of tape with space, and then 2 pieces of tape. And I did that all the way down my side. And I know this isn't technically correct for the amount of stripes that the American flag has, but I wanted this to look a little bit different, and I wanted it to have really wide stripes. And you'll see here, as I went, I just reused my spacer pieces of tape. That way I wasn't wasting any tape, because painter's tape is not the cheapest thing to buy. And I like to be able to reuse things if I can. Once I had all of that taped off, I just painted the exposed stripes red, and I tried not to push my paintbrush into the tape line. That way it would reduce the amount of paint bleed that I had. Now, since I didn't want to waste a piece of tape, I did not tape off the bottom section that was supposed to be white, so that I am leaving blank. And then once I had all of my red stripes painted, I painted a second layer, and then I peeled the tape up as I went. And while my stripes were drying, I went inside and I cut out my stars on my Cricut. And then you can also get this free cut file that I'm giving away on my website at meganplus5.com, and I will leave a link below to my resource library where you can get that. And I cut my stencil out on Oramask 813 stencil vinyl, and I will also leave a link below on where you can get that as well. And since Cricut doesn't cut wider than 11.5 inches, I did my stencil into 2 different pieces. So I put the majority of the stars on one stencil, and then did whatever would not fit on that stencil onto a second stencil. Now the stenciling that I'm doing here with my stars is called a reverse stencil, or at least that's what I call it. You also will hear people call it a vinyl paint peel method. And if you want a more in-depth training on this, I wrote an entire blog post on how to do this method, and it does come with a free SVG file to use too. So I will leave a link below on where you can learn more about the reverse stencil method down below. And then after I got my stars on, I just used my painter's tape and my masking tape to tape off my stars so that it had a nice clean edge when I was painting. And then to cut down on my paint bleed, I just sealed my stencil with the background paint that I'm using here, which is just the white flat paint. And then after that was dry, I used 2 coats of just some navy blue colored paint that I had in my craft room. And then while my paint was still wet, I peeled up all the tape, and then I also peeled up the stars that I used to stencil with. I let my paint dry completely, and then once it was dry, I used my Ryobi sander to distress it. And so of course, I go around the typical places around the edges, and then I also go throughout the piece too, and then I kind of go heavy in some spots and then really, really light in other spots. And for this step, I use a 120 grit sandpaper on my sander. And then once I was all done sanding, I just wiped it down with a lint-free cloth. And to finish off my piece and to give it a really super rustic look, I used antiquing wax on it. And I love this stuff. I use it for so many of my projects just to make them a little bit more aged and worn. And I will tell you, a tiny bit of this wax goes a very long way. So what I like to do is I like to dip it in the lid, not actually in the container, and then I wipe it off. And I didn't have a cloth to wipe it on here, so I just used my apron. And then you just kind of like brush it lightly on the piece that you're working on. And I go in both directions, so I will go vertically and then I'll also go horizontally. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did making it. This one was actually years in the making. My father-in-law gave me this old drawer a really long time ago, and I finally just got around to doing it. So if you like this, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, if you have any questions, ask them below in the comment section. And don't forget to visit my blog at meganplus5.com. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.